Hello dear students, welcome back to you B.A. second year English literature class. Today I am going to discuss your first paper drama. In today's session, I am going to discuss expressionistic drama. It is a literary movement expressionism. ओके आज के क्लास में हम लोग इसके बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे कि ये कब स्टार्ट हुआ इन द लास्ट डिकेड्स ऑफ द 20th सेंचुरी इन द फर्स्ट डिकेड्स ऑफ द 20th सेंचुरी, और इसमें क्या है विथ एग्जांपल हम आपको एक स्टोरी के माध्यम से बताएंगे. मेटामॉर्फोसिस. ओके, लेट्स स्टार्ट. एक्सप्रेशनिज्म इन the novel, in the poetry and in the drama is intensely personal to the author, who aims to create a vision of life reflected through his own individual consciousness of it, or alternately through the projected consciousness of such character as he may create फॉर द पर्पस. देखिए एक्सप्रेशनिज्म क्या होता है. एक्सप्रेशनिज्म में जो नॉवेल हो आपकी, या प्ले हो, या आपका पोइट्री हो, या फिर कुछ भी हो, उसमें जो लेखक है वो जो प्रकट करता है नितांत, उसमें जो उसकी पर्सनल फीलिंग्स होती हैं, व्यक्तिगत होती है, अंतरात्मा से निकल के आती है, जो अपनी ही अंतरात्मा के माध्यम से जीवन का दृष्टिकोण प्रकट करता है तथा इसी उद्देश्य के लिए पात्रों की रचना करता है. ये एक्सप्रेशनिज्म का जो मीन्स है वो मैं आपको बता रही हूँ. इसका उद्देश्य क्या है, चलिए आइए देखते हैं हम लोग इसको डिस्क्रिप्टिव फॉर्म में. एक्सप्रेशनिज्म इज अ मॉडर्निस्ट लिटरेरी मूवमेंट इनिशियली इन पोएट्री एंड पेंटिंग, ओरिजिनेटिंग इन जर्मनी एट द बिगनिंग ऑफ 20th सेंचुरी. ये एक तरह का मूवमेंट है जो कि 20वीं शताब्दी में आपका हुआ है. In it, the artist seeks to depict not objective reality, not objective reality, but rather the subjective emotions and responses that objects and events arouse within a person. The artist accomplishes this through distortion, aggression, primitivism, and fantasy, and through the vivid, jarring, violent, or dynamic application of formal elements. More especially, expressionism, a distinct style or movement, refers the number of German artists. किसको ये कर रहा है? जर्मन आर्टिस्ट को. ऑस्ट्रेलियन, फ्रेंच and Russian ones, who became active in the years before World War I and remained so throughout much of the interwar period. The expressionist emphasis on individual and subjective perspective has been characterized as a reaction of positivism and other artistic styles such as naturalism and impressionism. ये उनकी स्टाइल थी जिसको उन्होंने अडॉप्ट किया था. Now लुक हियर, एग्जाम्पल ऑफ एक्सप्रेशनिज्म. एक्सप्रेशनिज्म का मैं आपको एक एग्जाम्पल देके यहाँ पे डिस्क्राइब करने जा रही हूँ. इसके जो कैरेक्टर्स हैं उनके बारे में मैं डिस्क्राइब करूँगी. द मेटामॉर्फोसिस बाय फ्रेंच कफ्के. इसकी सब्जेक्टिविटी क्या है उसके बारे में पहले देखते हैं. Subjectivity. One major focus on expressionism is on the subjective or how people are thinking and feeling rather than facts and statistics. Expressionist author use point of view as well as descriptive elements to show how the world or at least a particular situation is seen by an individual. In the metamorphosis, that individual is Greater Samsa, a traveling salesman who wakes up one day as a giant beetle. Kafka is not trying to depict reality. The story opens with one morning when Greater Samsa woke from troubled dreams. He found himself transformed in his bed into a horrible vermin. The rest of the story is told entirely from Greger's perspective. We only see things as Greger experiences them, and the only impressions we are given come from his emotions. For example, though his family seems understandably horrified by his transformation, we do not experience horror because Greger doesn't. Even as a clerk from his work is trying to flee, and his mother had fallen to the ground in sorrow. The emotions of the scene is light. In his transformed self, Greger is almost happy, in direct contrast with everyone else. This contrast provides an emotional shock to the readers by going away from what they expect. देखिए इसके बाद सोशल कमेंट्री क्या आती है. One of the driving forces behind expressionism is social commentary. Expressionist wants to show the negative aspects of society, especially materialism and how differently the lower class are treated. Kafka uses Greger's job to represent how modern society affects workers. Immediately upon waking up as a beetle and blaming his job for the change, Greger reasons he is late for work and becomes intent on getting ready and what he will say to his boss. Kafka uses Greger's concern about losing his job despite his life altering situation as a form of social symmetry. Absurdity, distractions, violence, fantasy. Metamorphosis deals with an absurd or widely irrational event which in itself suggests that the story operates in a random Catholic universe. The absurd event is Gregor's waking up to discover he has turned into a giant insect, and since it's so far beyond the boundaries of natural occurrence, it's not just unlikely to happen, it's physical, impossible. Gregor's metamorphosis takes supernatural significance. Also notable is the fact that the story never explains Gregor's transformation. It never implies, for instance, that Gregor's change is the result of any particular cause, such as punishment for some misbehavior. On the contrary, by all evidence, Gregor has been good son and brother. Rather, the story and all the members of the Samsa family treats the event as a random occurrence, like catching an illness. All these elements together give the story a distinct overtone of absurdity and suggest a universe that functions without any governing system of order and justice. Okay, I have given you all the description of expressionist drama, what is expressionism और ये कब स्टार्ट हुआ, इसका एग्जाम्पल भी मैंने आपको एक स्टोरी का बताया है. ओके, आई होप आप लोगों को ये टॉपिक समझ में आया होगा. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट क्लास में नेक्स्ट टॉपिक के साथ में. ओके, हैव अ नाइस डे.